How's that?
Yay, big picture! But I don't want OS 3D. I want the one that the 19th century, the World War.
Wait. Hold on, Percy. What are you talking about?
The world, because I just know there's no any war bigger than this war. The 19th century.
The 19th century or the 20th century?
19th century, 19世纪的世界大战，第一次世界大战。
Which war are you talking about?
The first one.
The First World War?
Yes.
Okay, so we had 2 world wars, right?
Yes.
Why did you bring up this subject? Have you been studying it?
No.
Or reading about it?
But I think it's so cool because it's that long ago. How can a war just that long ago? But there's no war stronger than this war.
There's no war bigger than this war, you mean?
Yes.
Well, I think it was because, in that war, some people did some really, really terrible things. And I think it was the second war was bigger, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, what we call World War II. This was the bigger one. And so there were some people from the country Germany. You know Germany, right?
Yes.
Do you know that country in Europe? Germany?
Yes, I know.
So, in World War II, the people in Germany, they learned how to control people's minds and make them to do very, very bad things. So, and everybody was doing this. So many people were being controlled to do terrible things to other people, that when World War II finished, we thought, oh, that war was so terrible, right? It was so bad. So many bad things happened that we don't want to have another big war like this again.
But how? How could they control man? How could they control human mind?
Well, they controlled human minds. Controlling human minds is not as difficult as you might think. They controlled human minds with something called propaganda. Okay, so propaganda is messages or pictures that tell you what to think. Right? So they say this is right, this is wrong, these messages, these pictures. They would use propaganda, these images, to tell people what to think. You should do this, you should do that. And they used nationalism. They used nationalism or country or people to say, we are the best nation. Germany believed they were better than all of the other people in the world. And so they used nationalism, the love of their country. So if you love your country, you have to do these terrible things. And people believed it. But yeah, so it's a long, long story. And you will learn a lot about this later on in your life. World War II was a very terrible time for the world, both in Europe and in Asia, and in America and Australia. And so, yeah, it's not easy to describe how they controlled people's minds. because it's such a long story and it's a very sad story. But they did, and they used propaganda. It's a bit like advertising, you know? Advertising can be used to control people's minds as well, right? When you see an advertisement of a really nice car driving through the mountains, you think, I want that car. That's because the advertisement is telling you, if you drive this car, you can drive through the mountains, you can go to fantastic places. It's trying to control your mind. It's not like they have a machine and they say, I am controlling your mind. You will now do what I say. Everything I say you will do. It's not like that. It's not that kind of mind control. It's different. And they can't control everybody's mind, right?
Why?
Because some people, they have strong minds, you know?
Oh.
For example, when I watch an advertisement, I don't want that car.
Yeah.
Because I know the advertisement wants me to buy that car, right? Because I have a strong mind. People like me and you, we would have been strong. We would not have let the bad people, and they were called the Nazis, by the way, the bad people. We would not let those people control our minds, would we?
Yes.
So what have you been doing today, Percy?
Mommy, buy one. Extract mommy's teeth.
又不是你，是
Mommy.
我哎。
Mommy.
老师问你，teacher
You extracted your mummy's teeth?
The doctor.
I did not know that you were a dentist, Percy.
No. The doctor pulled it out.
The doctor pulled it out. The dentist pulled it out.
Yeah, pull it out.
How is your mummy? Is she okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I hope you feel better. So no school today?
Yes. We have school.
You did have school?
Yes.
How was school? It's Friday today, so it's the last school day of the week.
No.
Did you have a...
There's another school day.
There's another school day. Do you go to school on Saturday?
Yes.
Saturday, no?
No.
No.
There's another at school day.
There's another school day on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the last school day of the week. Before the next school day, you have the weekend. Yay! What are you going to do?
But Mommy said we don't need to go to school at the last day.
On which day?
The last day.
Last day of what?
Monday. Monday we don't need to go to school.
You don't need to go to school on Monday?
Yes, because Mommy told me.
Because your mummy said so? Do you know why your mummy said so?
We wouldn't go to somewhere to play.
You will go to somewhere to play?
Yeah, play.
Play what?
I don't know. A place.
You will go to a place to play. You don't know what. Is that right?
Yes. It's not the first one.
Okay, well, maybe you can tell me after you come back. You can tell me about
I
it.
don't know the English.
That's okay. Can you describe it?
It's amusement park.
Amusement park. Cool. And what are we going to do tonight, Percy?
What?
What are we going to study?
The World Fight fighting.
The what?
The world's biggest fighting.
The world's biggest fighting?
Yes.
World War II, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to know about World War II?
But does they still use swords?
Not swords, no, they didn't use swords. I think they still had some bayonets, I believe.
What? Mayonnaise?
Not mayonnaise, no. Yeah, that's how they fought World War II. They would get a jar of mayonnaise and throw it at each other. Throw mayonnaise. No, just kidding. Bayonets. Bayonets. Have you heard of a bayonet?
What is bayonet?
Okay.
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
So, a bayonet is a knife that is put onto the end of a gun, right? So you have your rifle or your gun, right?
A little gun.
And then
A sword.
on the top, they used to attach a knife like that. So this is the gun.
Yes.
And this is the bayonet. But the bayonet is not very long, you know. It's only about that long. It's not as long as a sword, but they can put it on the end of a gun. Then they can use their gun like a sword or a spear. Do you see? Pretty nasty, hey? Not very nice weapon. What else do you want to know about World War II?
But it's just a little bit stick. Or it just because it's just so small. It's
What?
very easy to be ripped off.
The knife?
Yes.
Well, they attach it on with metal. It's very strongly attached to the end of the gun. You're right though. It might break off. I don't really want to know how, but yeah. So, where did you learn about World War II? How did you find out about this topic?
Because I just always hear what too many.
Where did you hear about it? On television?
Sometimes on television, sometimes in school, there and there. At school is
Do you know when World War II finished? Which year?
I don't hear that.
It was the year my father was born that World War II finished.
Wow!
Which was 1945. So the whole war started in 1936 and it finished in 1945. So it went for 9 years, 1936 to 1945. It was all over Europe. It was all over Europe, all over Northern Africa, in America, in Australia,
So it's in danger?
In danger? Yeah, everywhere was in danger. It was in Taiwan, China, Japan. Japan and Germany were the two, what we call, so you had two teams, right? You had the Allies, and this was the United States, England, Britain, France, all of these West European countries, Spain, countries like that. You had China, Taiwan, you had many other countries, Australia.
In a big
And these were the allies. These were the good guys, right? And then you had the what you call the Axis, and these were the bad guys. This was Germany, Japan, Italy, and a few other countries. So it was the Allies were the good guys, and the Allies won, and the Axis were the bad guys, and the Axis lost. So
which one win? I don't.
the Allies won. America and Great Britain won. So the Allies, the two biggest allies were
Taiwan, also Taiwan, because
Taiwan was an ally and China.
yes.
But the two most powerful were the US and the UK. The two most powerful Axis powers were Germany and Japan.
Cool. So the good guys are the strongest.
Sorry?
So the good ones are the stronger ones.
Yeah, I mean, well, the good guys won. They did win, though, in a very, very crazy way. Do you know how the war ended?
I don't know.
So it ended with the United States dropping 2 nuclear bombs on Japan.
What is bomb? What's
Bomb. Do you know bomb? B-O-M-B, bomb? Bomb.
Oh, the bullets. The thing that it's
Not a bullet. A bullet goes in a gun. A bomb is like, you know, it's an explosive. It's going to go tick-tock, 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 boom, and explode. So, but these bombs are different. They are nuclear bombs. So what they do is they take an atom. Do you know what an atom is?
No.
An atom. An atom is the smallest particle that you can get, right?
Oh.
So they take one tiny little particle and they tear that particle apart, right? They use science to tear it apart, because when they tear an atom apart, reality goes boom, everything is destroyed. Atoms have to stay together. They are the basic building block of our lives, of reality. So what happens when you take one atom, one tiny, tiny, tiniest particle, and you break it apart inside a bomb? What happens? Let's have a look. So they dropped 2 of these bombs on Japan. Let me show you what happens.
Green share.
Okay. So, can you see how big that bomb is?
Well, explode.
Mm-hmm.
Every one is explode that high.
Yeah, look. Yeah, that comes from one atom, the tiniest particle, even smaller than a cell, even smaller than a molecule. One single atom. Tear that apart, and it goes boom. This is why we call it a nuclear bomb, because it uses atoms or the nucleus of cells. And you can see the land down there, right? You can see how high up that smoke is going. Yeah.
Yes.
So these bombs were dropped on 2 cities. The first city was called Hiroshima, and the second city was called Nagasaki. Both of these cities were destroyed. One bomb could destroy a whole city. Can you believe that?
Yes.
You look very happy. I think that's scary, Percy. Aren't you scared?
Wow.
Atom bombs, yeah. So we sometimes call these WMDs, which stands for Weapons of Mass Destruction. These are the most dangerous weapons in the whole world. They are the biggest bombs, the most dangerous. Very, 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 very scary stuff, really.
But why don't we fight if we won't need bomb in the gun? Why we don't put bomb in the gun?
Why didn't? Because I think it was. I don't think bombs can be that small, especially not in World War II. Remember, World War II was 1936 to 1945, so that was about 75 years ago or 80 years ago, nearly.
Why did they just break Japan? Just Japan.
Because so in Europe, in Germany, the Nazis were already starting to lose. But in Asia, in Japan, Japan was still winning the war. So the United States and the United Kingdom were winning in Europe. They said, okay, we're winning in Europe, we're beating the Nazis, we're beating Germany, but there's still Japan attacking Asia. So what are we going to do about Japan? They wanted to do something quick, and they made a crazy choice. They decided to use an atom bomb to bomb Japan. Now, these are the only two times that an atom bomb has ever been used on people. Today, many countries have them, but we never use them.
Why? We use them with what?
We use them for protection, you know. For example, United States says, oh, China has an atom bomb. If China has an atom bomb, we need to have an atom bomb too to protect ourselves. Do you see what I mean?
Oh. So we still use it fight.
Yeah, we use it for power. If you have an atom bomb, that's power for your country, right? But we don't use them to fight. Why? Because they're just too dangerous. So let's have a look at how many people died in Hiroshima.
It's atom bomb.
Okay, so they think the bombs immediately devastated their targets. Over the next 2 to 4 months, the acute effects of atomic bombings killed between 90,000 and 146,000 people.
Yeah.
Right? That's one bomb killed over 100,000 people. Can you imagine if we use these things in every war? So many people would die. Not only that, but it causes nuclear radiation.
What is?
Do you know what radiation is?
Yes, so a lot of nucleus will break apart also.
That's right. And the radiation comes out of this, and the radiation is like poison in the air, right?
Yes.
Except it's not a gas. And that has a lot of effects. That makes terrible things happen to us. Your hair will fall out, your skin will fall off. Oh, it's terrible, you know? So after they drop an atomic bomb, it will continue, the radiation will continue to devastate that area for years and years and years. So these bombs are incredibly dangerous, incredibly destructive, right?
Why the first they started? Why do they don't need those bombs? That's strange.
Huh? What did you say?
But the first time, why do they just use the bombs? Boom, boom, boom.
Well, at the time, these bombs were very new technology, right?
Oh,
So people didn't exactly know. In World War One, which was about 20 years earlier, we didn't have this technology. Nobody had these bombs yet. In World War Two, we had developed this technology, and I guess the Americans decided, okay, we're going to use it. I think it was a very big decision, to destroy 2 cities with 2 bombs. No one has ever done that before, or since, or after, right?
Oh, why does the start the fight too? Why does the Americans don't just all the bad guys? They just all throw one. Two.
Can you repeat the question, Percy?
Why does the starting? Why does Americans every bad guys every city throw one bomb?
Why did America start? Start what? What do you mean?
When the fight starts.
When the war started, you mean?
Yes, why does every bad guy's country? Why does country and city? Why does American all put one?
All the bad guys came to one country?
All the bad guys have a lot of countries. Every country one bomb.
Well, because you don't want to kill so many people. Remember, one bomb is 100,000 lives. Even the bad guys, they're still people, right? We don't want to kill all of them. That would not be nice. They have families and things like that. So if they had dropped a bomb on every bad guy, how many people would have died? That would be crazy, Percy. We can't do that. So yeah, the thing you have to remember about atom bombs, right?
Yes.
Is yes, they look really cool when they explode,
Yes.
but have a look at what they do.
Is there a video?
Okay, so this is the city of Hiroshima after the atomic bomb. So can you imagine that? One bomb did all of that.
The spirit city.
The whole city.
Yes. Wow.
I know. So here's more pictures of Hiroshima.
One bullet for one city.
Well, not a bullet. Remember, a bullet goes in a gun. So yeah. Now we still test atomic bombs, right?
Oh, I want to see the red one.
Wait, is that one real? I think that's just I think that one's not real.
Ooh.
But this one is real.
This one.
This one here.
I don't know that.
That's an atomic bomb.
Well.
Here.
It's like a tree.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what we call that? We call that the mushroom cloud. So yeah, it is like a tree. It's also like a mushroom.
Yes, that's true.
Look at this one.
Oh, I want to see the big tree.
That one's pretty big. What else do we have? Yeah, this is a famous picture. So you can see that the whole city, everything destroyed. Look at that.
Disappeared.
Absolute ruins. Everything is ruined.
And that the city disappeared.
The city just disappeared, yeah. It just became
Ash?
rubble.
Yes.
Mm.
That's it.
So we don't want to use atomic bombs too quickly, right? We don't want to just destroy whole cities here and there. You know, we can't do that. If we start, imagine if America started destroying lots of cities with atomic bombs, then other countries would get angry. They would start bombing lots of cities with atomic bombs. And then everybody would start bombing other cities with atomic bombs. If one person does it, the other people are going to do it. And then what would happen? We'd have no more cities. They'd all be blown up. It's not funny, is it? Why is that funny, Percy? I don't think that's funny. I think the atomic bomb is serious, Percy.
I don't know where the city goes.
Well, it goes just down onto the ground, doesn't it? Goes nowhere.
Granny bomb have magic.
What's that?
I think the bombs have magic.
It does seem like magic. How could we spit something so tiny to make such a big explosion that makes cities just disappear? I don't know. It seems like magic, doesn't it? But it's not. It's just some really, really advanced technology. Okay, Percy. So we have about 25 minutes left, 26 minutes. What's that? What does that mean?
Because when the world angry, the other country feels angry, and it's keep boom, 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 boom. And just
that's called nuclear warfare. We call that. We don't want that to happen. If there's too much nuclear warfare, you know what can happen, right? This is what the scientists think. They think. Okay, so let's say that we have planet Earth, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if let's say we put, or someone, not us, but someone, put, say, 3 atomic bombs here, all close together, right? I know, sounds woo woo, atomic bomb. So what would happen? What would happen if we put 3 atomic bombs very close together, right? It might go boom. And cut out a part of our planet like that. So we would have a big hole in our planet. Right?
Yes.
What would happen if we had a hole in our planet?
Everybody will fall down.
That is actually right. Okay, so this is what would happen. You know how we have the sun, and we're in the solar system. We go around the sun, right? Yeah? And you know that the world is always spinning very fast, right? So the world is balanced. It has balance. It's spinning around because it's balanced. But if we take out a big hole, no more balance. The world won't spin straight. The world will start to spin like this. Whoa, whoa, and it will go, and it will spiral off out of the solar system and fly away into space. Then when it flies away into space, it will become very, very cold because it gets further away from the sun. There's no more sun to heat us, and then the whole world would turn to ice.
Yes.
It's not funny, Percy. It's very serious. We don't want atomic warfare to happen. That would be terrible.
But I want to free atomic warfare.
You want to?
I have a free atomic warfare.
Free atomic warfare?
Yes.
What do you mean by free?
Because they have 3 holes.
Oh, 3 atomic bombs. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's 3. You might need 5. I don't know. You know. But you would.
all have 3 atomic bombs.
Yeah, maybe you would need something like that. Because we dropped 2 bombs in one country, Japan. So, and that didn't send the Earth spinning off into space, did it? So it would probably take more than 3. It might take about, I don't know, 10 or something.
Maybe I need. But what is the fact they don't need 2 just to make a hole?
What's that?
They just use 3 atomic bombs and make a hole, and everybody will fall in.
Well, everybody doesn't fall into the hole, you know, because you have some people are living over here.
In Japan?
Hi! On the other side of the world. They don't fall into the hole, they just fly off into space and freeze to death. A very, very cold, cold death. I'm not sure if that's what we want. What do you think, Percy?
Then fall into a big hole.
Okay, so we've had a good chat about atomic bombs and World War II. We have 20 minutes left.
Yes.
Do you think we can do some reading tonight?
Yes, but if it's going away, but the black hole is still there.
Sorry?
But why does we can't just fly a rocket with nothing? Just atomic bomb. Or fly it very fast into the super black hole and boom, 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 boom.
Oh, okay. So two things we have to remember. Setting off an atomic bomb and making atomic energy is very, very different processes, right? So we can make an atomic explosion or a nuclear explosion, but to make nuclear energy, nuclear power, to say send off a spaceship, that we have nuclear power plants, and we do make power by splitting atoms. But these are very big buildings, right? They take up a lot of space to make this kind of energy. So we cannot put one onto a...
I say a rocket, the place that humans see is full of atomic bombs. So fly ball.
Oh, wait. Do you mean a rocket or a missile?
What is a missile?
A missile? Let's have a look. Okay. So here is a test launch of a missile. A missile is another type of bomb. Or rather, a missile is like a machine that we shoot out of a very big gun. And it flies, it's like a robot that kind of flies a bomb to its destination. So it's like a little rocket going, oh. Let's have a look. And then we're going to do some reading, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so this is a test missile. This is not a nuclear missile. Whoa, did you see that?
Yes. Boo, boo, boo.
So this is much smaller kind of missile. But this is what a missile is. Let's have a... okay, here we go. See, he's got the missile gun, right? Did you see that?
Yes.
So let's see if we can catch it. So that is the missile that came out of the gun. Do you see?
Oh.
See how it's like a small rocket, right?
Yes.
Okay, here we have it. Oh, there it goes. I see it flies off. And then it hits something. So, missiles. That missile is called the Javelin missile, and it's a small missile. But you understand missile now, right? You understand?
Yes.
Tell it, Percy.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, yeah, some people think that we could put a nuclear bomb in a missile, and then we could shoot it away, you know? In Japan, in 1945, they dropped the bombs out of a plane.
But isn't there a big hole in the sea?
No, because they dropped it on the land. Japan is not on the sea. Japan is an island. Well, 3 islands. But they had the plane, and they would open up a hole in the plane here, and the atomic bomb would drop. Huh? This was how they did it in Japan. This was how the Americans bombed Japan. They didn't shoot a missile. They flew over the top and dropped the bomb out of the bottom of the plane. Do you see?
Oh, I see.
And with that one bomb, boom, a whole city gone.
Is the one that you talk about, it can fly by itself? Can it just chase people that kind? It can turn this way and this way, and can turn it to anything. I know.
Today it can, yeah. Today they put little computers inside the missile. So the computer can do, and people can guide the computer like a remote control car or something. And they can guide the missile, tell it which way to go, turn left, turn right, yeah. These are dangerous weapons, Percy. Okay, Percy, let's do some reading before we finish tonight. How about that?
Okay.
And then next time we can talk more about World War II or any topic you want.
When I grow up, I know what I'm going to do.
Okay, tell me.
I would just fly this little rocket and
The missile.
This little sail and turn it use the computer one and shoot and break the black hole.
You want to shoot rockets when you grow up, Percy, is that right?
To break the super big black hole.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. Remember, what is in the center, what is in the very middle of every galaxy?
A super big black hole?
Yeah, we don't want to blow up the supermassive black hole because the supermassive black hole is in the middle of our galaxy. They give our galaxy balance, right?
Ooh.
Remember that super black holes are dangerous. They eat everything, but we need them to make our galaxies stable. That's why Yeah, in the middle of every galaxy, there is a supermassive black hole. And this keeps all the different solar systems, planets, suns, stars, it keeps them all together in the same galaxy.
Oh.
Mm.
But one day we will be drawn towards the super big size black hole.
Wait, remember, galaxies also move. Even though galaxies are very, very, very big, they move too. And galaxies can collide, come together.
Yeah.
So if two galaxies came together, then that would be a problem. But as long as the galaxies stay far away, which mostly they do, we're not expecting to hit another galaxy for billions of years.
One,
And it's not a problem.
900
900 billion?
800 years
800.
there will be
After
after it there will have a big galaxy come back and Earth will be drawn towards the supermassive black hole.
Maybe.
That's the one that we see has tell us that thing.
maybe you have misunderstood.
What do you mean, Percy? I'm not sure I understand you.
Because the CD that we watch, it has said that.
Who will watch what?
The one that we watched.
Oh, the missile.
Not
Can you
the
say that one for me, Percy? Missile.
missile,
Not the missile?
the black hole.
Ah, right, the black hole. The
The
supermassive black hole.
It's less than what the video says that. It will boo, 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 boo. And Earth will be drawn towards.
Right. That's if two galaxies. And remember, if we have two galaxies, we also have two supermassive black holes, right? So if two galaxies came together, then that might happen. We might get sucked into the other galaxy's supermassive black hole.
Yes.
Oh.
And other person will also think to our supermassive black hole.
Hey, Percy, what do you think would happen if we threw an atomic bomb at a supermassive black hole?
But this one, the black hole won't explode.
How many do you think we would need?
180,000.
180,000? Yeah.
185.
For me, I think, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's possible. Is it possible to explode a black hole? I don't know.
Because the other black holes is already in black explode. There's no difference.
Right, they can explode on their own, but can we explode them with a fire? They are an object, but they're an object that sucks everything inside it. Maybe it might suck the whole explosion inside, and then we just never see the explosion.
Yes, but it can be explode inside, so the power will be breaked.
That's right. That's what I mean. We don't know what's inside. What's inside the black hole? Nobody knows. So who knows what would happen to the explosion?
Maybe there's a power in there. So that turns this thing. So we can break that power inside and break outside everything out.
That's possible. I don't know what kind of power that would be.
Yes. Maybe very strong.
But okay, Percy, we have less than 10 minutes. Let's finish off today with a little bit of reading, okay?
Okay.
So today we want to look at page 12.
Mommy's fighting.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
Woohoo! You're in a good mood tonight, aren't you, Percy?
Yes.
Okay, can you see page 12? It says background. And then, and then it says this, how to be a good pal. Can you see that?
How to be a good pal.
Now, do you remember what pal is? What's a pal?
Friend.
Very good. Okay, so we have 6 sentences here. I'm going to read them to you. I'm going to read them to you quite quickly. I'm going to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just want you to listen. I'm not going to go easy on you this time. I'm not going to read slowly. I'm going to read normally, like I normally do. Okay? Then I want you to try. Let's see if you can do this. Okay, number 1. First, you need to find a pal. Number 2, and make sure you try. Don't try too hard, but try to follow the words. 2, smile and say hello. So don't forget we have our sight words here. In yellow, again, you and play with, be, help. 3, ask the pal to play. 4, take turns with your pal. 5, be kind. 6, help your pal. Okay, let's go through them again. This time you're going to read to me. I want you to read nice and slowly. Look at each word one at a time and read each word. Okay, Percy?
Find a pal.
Okay, let's start with number 1 though. That is number... Oh yeah, that is number 1. But start from the beginning. First.
Find.
Wait. Read very slowly. So first, then we have our sight word in yellow, you. First, you.
You need a...
Need. T-O. We have T-O. What's that word? To.
Find a pal.
Excellent. First, you need to find a pal. Number 2.
Find.
Let's read the first word there. Let's spell that word. Can you spell that word for me, Percy?
L-A.
S-M-I-L-E. How do we say that word?
Sing.
No, this one.
Say.
Smile.
And say hello.
Good. One more time for me. A little bit faster this time. Smile and say hello. Hello.
Hello.
Number 3. Your turn.
A-K.
A-S-K.
A-S-K.
How do we say that word? Cat. Cat. That's C-A-T, Percy.
Cat. Kiss.
But what is A-S-K? Ask.
Ask. To.
Next we have T-H-E. Do you remember how to say that word?
Eat.
Not it.
It's not a T word.
T-H-E. It's not a T word, it's a T-H word. The.
The pal. The pal to play.
Very good. One more time. Ask the pal to play.
Ask the pal to play.
Excellent. Number 4. You go first.
I like
Hey, that's not what it says. Our first word we spell T-A-K-E. What is that word?
Teach.
Teach? Close, not teach. That's T-E-A-C-H. Teach. T-A-K-E with a T sound, an A sound, and a K sound. T-A-K. Take.
Take. Him.
Take. Next word is T-U-E. T-U-R-N-S. Do you know how to say that one?
S. Pass.
T-U-R-N-S. How do we say that word, Percy?
Tense.
Yes, very close. Turns, like turn. Like, I turn. He turns. She turns.
Turn with G.
Okay, so take turns. Continue. Next, we have our keyword in yellow. W-I-T-H. With. Good.
Turn with the
Your. Y-O-U-R. Your.
playground.
Not playground. P-A-L.
Pal.
Good. Number 5.
Be kind.
Excellent. Easy sentence. And number 6.
Help pal.
Okay, nice and slowly. We have 3 words there. Help is correct. That's our keyword. What's the next word? Y-O-U-R.
The.
Not the. The is T-H-E. This is Y-O-U-R.
I help you.
Your.
Your pal.
Good. Help your pal. Very good reading, Percy. Okay, so down the bottom of this page, we have 5 pictures, different people. Can you see them?
Yes.
And 1 animal. I want you to read the words below these pictures to me.
B.
B-O-Y. What does that say?
Paul.
Sorry?
Bell.
B-O-Y.
Bell.
Boy.
Boy.
Like you. You're a boy. B-O-Y.
Girl.
How do you spell that?
Girl. O.
G.
G and R and I turn into girl.
Let's have a look. G-I-R-L.
L. Girl.
G-I-R-L. Excuse me. Next one. M-O-M. What's M-O-M?
Mom.
Mum. That's right. Above the dog. What does it say below the dog?
P.
P.
E.
E.
A.
T. P-E-T.
Teach. Pet. Pet.
Pet. That's correct. Pet. P-E-T. Pet. It could be a dog or a cat or a turtle.
D.
And the last one here, D-A-D. What is that one?
The.
Not the. D, the sound. A, dad. That's correct. So we have boy, girl, mum, dad, pet. Right? So who can, and the question asks us, who can be a pal? A boy can be a pal. A girl can be a pal. Your mum and your dad can be pals. And your pet can be a pal too.
Woo-hoo.
Who is your best pal, Percy?
No.
No? You don't have a best pal? What about your best pal at school? Here's my pal.
Little cat.
Yeah, my cat is my pal. She's a girl. Gwen. What about you, Percy? Who's your best pal?
Pet dog.
A pet dog? You have a pet dog?
Yes.
I didn't know you had a dog.
I was.
Was? You? Oh, you did have a dog?
Yes.
When did you have a dog?
It's long.
A long time ago?
Yes, this is so.
Now you don't have a dog anymore, right?
3 or 4 years old.
When you were 4 years old?
Yes. 3,
Where-
4.
Where is the dog now?
in the sky.
He's up there with my dog too.
Oh.
My dog is in the sky as well.